будуть спати такі короткі.
У мене трясуться руки, тому що я щойно побачила, як летить ракета. І я почула це.
Вот, ударили здесь. Вот Шевченко. Есть раненые. Делаем сейчас движение, пробку рассасываем.
Пиздець. Давай херячим. Хуй його знає, дядько.
Вот, что это такое? У нас там через дом какой-то взрыв.
Зараз будуть спати такі короткі.
У мене трясуться руки, тому що я щойно побачила, як летить ракета. І я почула це.
Вот, ударили здесь. Вот Шевченко. Есть раненые. Уже цивильные помогают и скорая помощь. Перекрываем сейчас движение, пробку рассасываем.
На хірячу. Хуй його знає.
संधू साहब
हाँ बोल यार क्लास मेरी होंद बल्लिए बोल यार क्लास मेरी होंद बल्लिए ब्लैक एंड वाइट मेरा कोड बल्लिए ब्लैक एंड वाइट मेरा कोड बल्लिए अब बोल यार क्लास मेरी होंद बल्लिए
Зараз будуть спати, коротше.
У мене трясуться руки, тому що я щойно побачила, як летить ракета. І я почула це.
Вот, ударили здесь. Вот Шевченко. Есть раненые. Уже цивильные помогают. И скорая помощь. Перекрываем сейчас движение, пробку рассасываем.
Пиздець. На хірячу. Хуй його знає, дядько.
Вот, что это такое? У нас там через дом какой-то взрыв.
Зараз будуть спати, коротше.
У мене трясуться руки, тому що я щойно побачила, як летить ракета. І я почула це.
Вот, ударили здесь. Вот Шевченко. Есть раненые. Уже цивильные помогают и скорая помощь. Перекрываем сейчас движение, пробку рассасываем.
Пиздець. Куда херячим? Хуй его знает, дядька.
Вот, что это такое? У нас там через дом какой-то взрыв.
У мене трясуться руки, тому що я щойно побачила, як летить ракета. І я почула це.
Вот, ударили здесь. Вот Шевченко. Есть раненые. Помощь. Перекрываем сейчас движение, пробку рассасываем.
Пиздець. Куда херячим? Хуй его знает, дядька.
Что это такое? У нас там через дом какой-то взрыв.
Morning, at the height of the early morning rush hour in central Kyiv, the Russians sent a missile. People have been killed, more people injured. This is a war crime. There is no question about it whatsoever. It's an unspeakable act of barbarity to fire a missile at the heart of a capital city on the busiest time of the week, the Monday morning rush hour. So, yes, of course, this is a response to the Ukrainian attack on the bridge, but the difference is this, and it's quite simple, that was a military target, and there is videos of great streams of Russian tanks being transported on the railway line across that bridge. This is the park where I have seen kids play, old men play chess, lovers have a cup of coffee. In English terms, it's like Hyde Park. This is the intersection of Piccadilly and Hyde Park Corner, and the idea of deliberately targeting and smashing a missile into this kind of target, it's unspeakable. Vladimir Putin. Love from Kyiv.
Только что ударила по мосту. Кличко не попало, там внизу воронка, вот запчасть от ракеты. Вот там есть повреждения моста, и там большая воронка внизу. Называется, встретил... У меня вчера был день рождения, думал, я сегодня еще отосплюсь. Но вот такие вот истории бывают.
Ashton Cirillo. I'm in Kyiv, Ukraine, October 10th, 2022. Russian terrorism at its worst. A Ukrainian civilian dead in the center of the street as the first responders working rapidly to put out the rest of the flames. Sarah Ashton Cirillo, Kyiv, Ukraine, October 10th.
War Diary Day 229 of Vladimir Putin's war. This is Taras Shevchenko Park just behind me, and this morning at the height of the early morning rush hour in central Kyiv, the Russians sent a missile. People have been killed, more people injured. This is a war crime. There is no question about it whatsoever. It's an unspeakable act of barbarity to fire a missile at the heart of a capital city on the busiest time of the week, the Monday morning rush hour. So, yes, of course, this is a response to the Ukrainian attack on the bridge, but the difference is this, and it's quite simple, that was a military target, and there is videos of great streams of Russian tanks being transported on the railway line across that bridge. This is the park where I have seen kids play, old men play chess, lovers have a cup of coffee. In English terms, it's like Hyde Park. This is the intersection of Piccadilly and Hyde Park Corner, and the idea of deliberately targeting and smashing a missile into this kind of target, it's unspeakable. Vladimir Putin do. Love from Kyiv.
Только что ударила по мосту. Кличко не попало, там внизу воронка, вот запчасть от ракеты. Вот там есть повреждение, там большая воронка внизу. День рождения, думал, я сегодня еще досплюсь. Но вот такие вот истории бывают.
Moments after the blast, they destroyed a building at night at 2 a.m. He says they simply destroyed a multi-story building.
We ran out into the street. When we left the corridor, a neighbor ran out with her eldest son, and she screamed that her husband was dead, and the whole wall was torn out. Their apartment fell into ours.
This was a civilian area, not a military target. Volunteers helped to clear the rubble. Local officials say scores of people were wounded. This industrial southern city is used to being hit, but its civilians are now bearing the brunt of Russia's anger. More than 60 killed in and around the city in the past 9 days. Officials say 12 missiles were fired from Russian warplanes flying safely over nearby occupied territory. Here in Kyiv, President Zelensky said these were merciless strikes on peaceful people. This, he said, was absolute evil perpetrated by savages and terrorists. It all came less than 24 hours after yesterday's dramatic attack on a key bridge linking Russia with the Crimean Peninsula. Russia said this was the result of a truck bomb. Others spoke of an audacious act of Ukrainian sabotage. Tonight, Vladimir Putin directly accused Kyiv.
There is no doubt that this is an act of terrorism aimed at destroying Russia's critically important civilian infrastructure, and this was devised, carried out and ordered by the Ukrainian Special Services.
Some road traffic has resumed. The physical damage can be repaired, but this was a profound psychological blow for Moscow. Up above, work on the ravaged railway bridge goes on. Russia says freight and passenger services have resumed. This bridge is vital to Moscow's war effort. It cannot afford to lose it. Paul Adams, BBC News, Kyiv.
Well, Ukraine says Moscow is targeting civilian areas because it's...
Ukraine's still advancing, still hunting down Russian positions. Here using a drone to spot them. Ukraine's retaken another dozen miles of territory over the past week here in the east. But the retreating Russians are still putting up a fight.
It's quite intense, the fighting here.
Yeah. It's Russian artillery working now.
Russian guns haven't been silenced, but this barrage seems indiscriminate. The troops say, unlike theirs. They also see a huge difference in morale.
In Ukraine, we named that their army, it's meat. It's only meat because they don't save their people.
Do you think they're capable of retaking any of this territory you've liberated?
I'm sure that cannot.
Why are you sure?
Because they're weak. They're weak now. They're scared about us.
You feel safe?
Yeah, I feel safe because I'm on my land, so even the ground will help me.
This is the same ground President Putin recently declared forever Russia. But all that's been left by Russia is trash.
This was a Russian position, and you can see just the rubbish strewn around, rations. There's even a Russian cap here. There's something for artillery shells there, just strewn across the area. And the Ukrainian forces say that's what makes them such an easy target, because they can see this rubbish when they're flying the drones and spot the Russian positions, making it easier for them to attack.
You want to see a Russian helmet? It's from the future.
No. That's a Russian helmet?
Yeah.
Ukrainian helmet and Russian helmet.
What's the difference? An army of future.
Of bad, very bad future.
Recaptured territory too tells the story of a depleted Russian army. Ukraine's now captured more Russian armour than they've been supplied by the West. Dozens more vehicles lie wrecked, rusting, destroyed, along with discarded ammunition. The Donbass is also littered with lethal mines.
It's no secret that some of India's best software engineers
Stations without trains, and the remnants of a population now just trying to survive.
The people of Liman, those who stay behind, have now gone through invasion and liberation and constant bombardment. Now they don't even have the basics: food, electricity and water. This is just a queue for bread, and there's not enough to go around. Winter is coming, and life isn't going to get any easier.
Katerina worries for her children's future. But more than that, she still fears what Russia might do next.
They have a lot of power, which is why it is scary that they might return. Because the city has already suffered very badly, and if the city will be passed back and forth from hand to hand, then nothing will remain, including people. I no longer know who to believe or not to believe. We just want silence, peace, and electricity at least.
Here, a couple of volunteers are spraying over the pro-Russian graffiti. But it'll take much more to erase the recent past. And Russia is still at their doorstep. Jonathan Beale, BBC News, Liman.
Let's join.
విఘ్నేష్ శివన్ అందరినీ ఆశ్చర్యపరుస్తూ వాళ్లకు కవల పిల్లలు జన్మించారంటూ తల్లిదండ్రులు అయ్యారంటూ ప్రకటించారు ట్విట్టర్ వేదికగా. అయితే వీరిద్దరు పెళ్లి చేసుకొని కేవలం 4 నెలలు మాత్రమే కావడంతో ఈ జంట అర్ధగర్భం ద్వారా కవలలకు తల్లిదండ్రులు అయ్యారని తెలుస్తుంది. అయితే నయనతార అమ్మా నాన్నలుగా మారుతున్నామంటూ విఘ్నేష్ శివన్ స్వయంగా ట్విట్టర్ ద్వారా ప్రకటించడంతో కొంతమందికి వీరికి శుభాకాంక్షలు తెలియజేశారు. అయితే గర్భం దాల్చలేని సందర్భంలో తప్ప అర్ధగర్భం ద్వారా తల్లిదండ్రులు అవడం నేరం. ఈ చట్టం జనవరి 2022 నుండి అమల్లోకి వచ్చింది. ఈ నేపథ్యంలోనే తమిళనాడు ప్రభుత్వం పిల్లలు ఎలా పుట్టారో వివరాలు సమర్పించాలంటూ నయనతారని అలాగే విఘ్నేష్ శివన్లను కూడా వివరణ కోరింది. ఇక దీనిపైన వీరు ఎలా స్పందిస్తారో అయితే ఇప్పటి వరకు చూడాల్సి ఉంది. వివాహమైన 5 ఏళ్ల తర్వాత భార్యకి 25 నుండి 50 సంవత్సరాల వయసు ఉండాలి. అలాగే భర్తకి కూడా 26 నుండి 55 సంవత్సరాలు ఉండాలి. ఆ మధ్య జంట ఏజ్ బ్యాండ్ ఉన్న జంటకి మాత్రమే అర్హత సరోగసీ చేసుకునేందుకు అర్హతగా ప్రకటించబడుతుంది. అయితే వీరిద్దరిని ఆ ఏజ్ బ్యాండ్ లో పరిగణించారు గనక వీరికి ఈ దంపతులకు ఈ సరోగసీ చేసుకునేందుకు